Hey everybody, it's the Fire Specialist here, and for over a decade now, probably more like 15 years, I have had the enjoyment of creating my own Pokemon. I'm sure like everyone else likes to do, they like to create their own Pokemon, or Fakemon, as other people have called it. And in today's video, I am going to share 4 Pokemon that I have created. Here in the past couple of months really, I have started to want to go ahead and put pen to paper and actually try and draw them out. Now, I am not an artist. I will say that again for the people in the back. I am not an artist. I have not taken professional art classes. I am not going to be claiming to be a good artist. I am just a creative person that wants to go ahead and get my ideas out there, and it just makes sense to have a picture with the names. So with that, I'm going to go over 4 Pokemon that I myself have created. I hope you guys enjoy. First up, this is actually a Pokemon that I did create probably 15 years ago. It has always stuck with me. I guess this is probably what you would call the Route 1 type of Pokemon. This is Paypalin. It is a normal type. It is known as the Paper Pokemon. You see its stats over there. Its HP, its base HP is 33, attack of 56, defense of 20, special attack of 38, special defense of 33, speed of 70 with a base stat total of 250. Its abilities, Iron Bulbs, and Levitate. This would basically be like a floating, thin sheet of paper. Honestly, kind of ironic. Drew a piece of paper on a piece of paper. The design choice is kind of, caveman looking and whatnot. You know, it has the small eyes. It's got the kind of caveman ooh ah ah or ooga ooga boonga boonga kind of teeth mouth type thing. As you see on the left side, it's kind of like serrated, like it was ripped out of a tablet per se. That's where you get Iron Bulbs for its ability from. Levitate, of course, because it's gonna be like a floating piece of paper, almost kind of like the floating shopping list from SpongeBob. That was not my inspiration, though. I don't really know where my inspiration for this was. I was just kind of spitballing ideas when I was like 16 or 17. And I kind of landed on PayPalin. I don't really know where the Len part is, but PayPal, obviously being paper. Not really much to say, actually. This was the very first Pokemon that I created and designed that I enjoyed. And like I said, this is a Pokemon that would, I guess, be more of a Route 1, maybe Route 2 type of Pokemon. Kind of like the Purloin in Generation 5. But at a certain level, I don't remember exactly what level, I think it's like 27 or something. I'm probably wrong. Paypalin would evolve into Tabalin, though. The Stone Tablet Pokemon. Or the Sheetrock Pokemon. I'm not fully invested in either one of those classifications, but I know I want one of them. Kind of like how Paypalin was a normal type, Tablin is a normal and rock type. It gains the rock type. It's a stone tablet. Kind of like in ancient times, which is what gives it that ancient feel with the caveman-like teeth and the kind of blank but stoic expression in its eyes. It would also have Iron Bulbs and Levitate, but it would get a very big stat booster when it does evolve. HP 86, attack 100, defense 110, special attack 54, special defense 100, speed 50. So obviously it's a physical attacker, and it does lose speed. It becomes more stone-like, you know, kind of like Stonehenge or something. And it does gain some good bulk. Obviously, it would get moves like, in terms of the moves, I forgot to talk about that with Paypalin, but since this is an evolutionary line, I guess we would go ahead and talk about that at the final evolution. Tabalin would be able to learn moves like Spikes, Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes. I did have it down for Paypalin, so obviously Tabalin would learn it too. Rapid Spin. So it would be a really good user for a team in terms of like entry hazard and entry hazard removal. Especially if you had to hold the heavy duty boots. It would get stuff like Crunch, Stone Edge. I did have like Dark Pulse on there. You know, kind of like how Ferrothorn is Thunderbolt. So, you know, obviously going to be some moves that just don't make sense. I think Heavy Slam and Body Press would be good moves for it. Pin Missile, obviously, too. And obviously, it does have that big 4 times weakness to fighting. But I mean, what Pokemon doesn't have its fair share of weaknesses? This Pokemon, like I said, it loses speed. You might get outsped by a Choice Scarf Hariyama. Who knows? But this is the evolved form of Papolin, and it is Taborlin. This one, it took me months. Once I finally decided that I was going to do this evolution, it took me months to figure out one that I liked. This is well known. The evolution of the Psychic type Pokemon, Unknown. Well known as a Psychic type Pokemon with the ability to Levitate. So nothing really changes there in terms of its pre-evolution Unknown. Which, by the way, that means now you can use every Elite Unknown for the 0.2% that want to try that. Its stats, though, some of it might not make sense, but I'll go ahead and explain. Its HP, defense, special defense, and speed are all base 70. Its attack and special attack are both 100. Now, yes, you're not going to use its physical attack, but I'm pretty positive Unknown's attack and special attack were the same. Or maybe I think its attack and special attack were the same. So instead of decreasing it to 70, I just decided to go and bump it up. Not everything makes sense when it comes to stats. Look at like Escavalier. I think it has a base speed of 20. But Pokedex entries say it flies, it like zooms around fast, kind of like Vikavolt. But here though, it does have 100 special attack and 70 speed. The reason for the stats is because Well Known, being another Pokemon that's classified as the Symbol Pokemon, it is a checkmark. So that's what was so hard to decide, is like what to do for the design. You have A through Z already taken, obviously. There are some really cool fan designs that I've seen about a Paldean Unknown being the Spanish N, which is like really cool. I've seen like a Mega Evolution for Unknown, which is basically the Mega Evolution symbol in Unknown form. I've seen the same thing for I think Terra. And I think Dynamax, like what people are doing with Unknown now, I appreciate it. Keep it coming, other creators out there. It looks awesome. But of course, Unknown would evolve into Well Known at level 28, while knowing the new move that I created called Special Power. Yeah, we gotta keep it the hidden power, secret power, the power type of theme here. But let me go back actually, I'm sorry, to the creation. I did make Well Known into a check mark, because we did have also the exclamation point, I think, and the question mark. So here I did Well Known as a check mark. And as you see by its stats, according to a, I believe, 7-point grading scale, 70 is the lowest you can get before you fail. So it's a check mark, meaning you passed, you got it to evolve, and none of its stats are below 70. So I thought that was a neat little niche I could do with the stats. Some people do that, like Spiritomb being possessed by 108 spirits. And look at his defense and special defense. They're both 108. But going back to its evolution though, Unknown would evolve into Well Known at level 28 when knowing to move Special Power. Special Power is a 70 base power, 90 accuracy special psychic type attack that has a very interesting side effect. There's a 30% chance that you'll get one of these three, or two of them, or all three, but the odds on each of them are different. There is a 5% chance for an Omni Boost. If you don't know what that is a +1 boost to your attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Kind of like Ancient Power, Silver Wind, Ominous Wind, that type of thing. There's also a 15% chance for the move to hit twice. Now, does that make sense? No, but this is Special Power. We don't know the in-depth history between Unknown and now the new evolution found Well Known. So there's a 50% chance that move can hit twice. That means it could be a 140 base power move 15% of the time. It's almost like a Hydrapple's move. Fickle Beam has a 30% chance that it just doubles in power. And there's also a 10% chance to freeze. Now, does that make sense? No! But that's because it's well known. In the anime, they say unknown is legendary. So I wanted to make this move stand out so much that people would consider using it in competitive. Keep in mind, now, I don't remember if I confirmed or not that it was going to have the other power moves too, like Secret Power, Ancient Power. I think it should. I think that would be good for like maybe an unknown move tutor or a well-known move tutor or something to be like, I can teach you a well-known Ancient Power. I can teach you a well-known Secret Power to make use of its 100 physical attack. But here though, I just wanted to make sure that we had it so stand out that you would be able to use it well. It would have a different type of hidden power, whatever you want it to be, and then special power, which is a psychic type attack. So you actually get stab on something. This is stab special power. I personally love this. I don't think I would change it. It's got the main eye there at the arch or the corner there. It's got two other eyes in both ends of the check mark. Like I said, it took me months to figure this design out, but I love it. And I hope you guys like it too. Last but not least for this video, I've always loved the Magnemite evolution line. I used it a lot in Generation 3. It was my answer for Winona, except for the Earthquake in Altaria. I know I used it in Generation 5, Black and White 2. I think I probably used it in Generation 7 at some point. Magnemite, Magneton, Magnezone, they're all really good. And I just found I found 2 shiny Magnemites in Scarlet and Violet that I was shiny hunting for them. Because shiny Magneton is one of my favorite shinies. It looks so good with the kind of gold tint and like the gray ends of all the magnets. But regardless of all that though, this is Cobalton, the Cobalt Magnet Pokemon. I did do a little research. Cobalt magnets are a thing. The coloration on Cobalton would be like that really good cobalt blue that's just so beautiful. It's unbelievable. It's my favorite shade of blue. Especially on a car. Good lord. Cobalton, though, is the evolved form of Magnemite. This is going to be a new branching evolution. Magnemite can evolve into Magneton at level 30, and then Magnezone with a Thunderstone. But you can also use a Water Stone on Magnemite to evolve it into Cobalton. Cobalton is a Water and Steel type, so we're finally going to get just another Water Steel type that's not just Empoleon. Now, its stats are very interesting. If I recall correctly, what I decided to do was take the average, I think, of Magneton and Magnezone. So Cobalton's base stat total is higher than Magneton, but it's lower than Magnezone. So it's kind of like a middle thing here. Because in Magnemite's case, you evolve into Magneton, then Magnezone. You have 2 stages here. Magnemite, if you evolve into Cobalton, that's it. There's no more evolution on here. So you either can evolve twice or you can evolve once. It's kind of like Applin, actually. I'm going to use that line again for another example. Applin can evolve into Flapple or Appleton, or it can evolve into Dipplin, which would then evolve into Hydrapple. But here, though, it has the base stat total of 500, with its HP being 65, attack being 45, defense being 125, special attack of 125, special defense of 80, and a speed of 60. So it is kind of slow. I think it hits a little bit less hard than Magnezone. I tried to balance it out so it'd be like, you get these advantages here and these disadvantages here. Its abilities, though, are Magnipole and Sturdy like normal. But instead of Analytic, I have its hidden ability as Current Flow. Basically what this is water-type moves have a 10% chance to paralyze. So if you use Bubble Beam, you can paralyze something. If you use Scald, which it can learn, I confirmed that Cobalton can learn Scald. That means Scald can now either burn or paralyze. And also, an additional effective current flow, electric type moves can hit ground types. This is because the electric type moves that you use would have a secondary property of being like water type. But they wouldn't be super effective. It would just be a neutral hit. Which means, now that might seem a little pointless because, first of all, now, don't forget, you're not electric type. So you don't get stab on those electric type moves. But because you have water type moves, why would you want to use an electric type move on a ground type? Well, what about Volt Switch? Or what if they come in and they think they're going to take an electric type move because maybe you're Magnet Pull to trap Skarmory, or you're Sturdy so you don't fall to one Choice Banded Earthquake from the Landorus Therian form. They come into the Landorus, you use Volt Switch, guess what? Because they're also half flying type, you get off a super effective Volt Switch for free, and you get to get out of dodge. This is one of my favorite designs, kind of like how Magneton had the 3 balls, where here Cobalton has 2. You got the main one and the one on top. And it's surrounded by the extra magnet, which is kind of like the part of the current flow. The magnets are also facing in different directions. I think it's really cool. I don't remember his name on Facebook, but there's a guy, I think it's like Dryexor or something. I'm not exactly sure. I wish I could probably shout him out. But he had a really cool Magnemite idea that gave me the I think it was like electric and water type, or rock steel or something. Water steel. Maybe it was water steel. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But he had the idea for his own conversion evolution for like a Magnemite fountain kind of line. And that's what gave me the idea for this. And I turned it into what I did. And this and Well Known are probably 2 of my favorites that I've done. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up there. Those are 4 Pokemon that I myself have created. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any ideas for Pokemon you would maybe like to see, I do have more coming. I got a whole notebook of written down ideas. I got a note in my phone with 4 ideas. Trust me, this is only part 1 of the Pokemon that I have created. And if you guys have any ideas or any ideas you maybe change it, I'm very open to that stuff. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on whatever I do next. Bye-bye, everybody.